So what's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. I'm not going to make this a really lengthy video. I just wanted to come and talk to you guys regarding all of the stuff that's been going on with Tasha Scott from Escape and her husband, Rocky Bivens, the big bad Rocky Bivens, as well as this mistress, this alleged mistress of his, and her name is Unykue. So, all of this in light of, the new SWV and Escape show, which is doing exceptionally well. I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to be very sad when it goes off. But in light of all of this, and even prior to it, there's been these allegations about Rocky Bivens with this woman, Unykue, that came out at the end of last year. All of that scandal where she retracted some stuff when she said that her Instagram page was hacked, et cetera, et cetera. But we all kind of felt like, okay, there's some truth to this, right? So earlier this week, she's been in contact with Tasha K. And let me just say this. You say what you want about Tasha K, but Tasha K, you did an excellent job with that interview last night. I was very proud of you. You put your foot on his neck and you didn't let up, because to sum all of this up, Rocky Bivens is a sociopath. And I'm not going to take all the blame from Latasha from Escape, because I still think that you are doing some things that are very unethical and you're doing some grimy stuff, and it's sad because it's your sister on the receiving end of that. But I really honestly feel bad for you after the interview. So I didn't watch the interview with the mistress, because I think Tasha K put the entire interview on her Tasha K website, which I'm not a member of that. And she put little snippets of it on her YouTube with the mistress. So we saw that, but I did watch the interview that she did with Rocky over the phone in its entirety. And he is a piece of work. He's a piece of work. And I feel sad for Latasha. And Latasha, I hope that whatever hypnotism you're under, I pray you snap out of it as a Black woman. You're beautiful, you're talented, and I pray that you come from under him, because he's dangerous. Rocky Bivens is dangerous, and we already knew this, but that interview that Tasha K did solidified it. The interview is, you go to her YouTube page and you can watch the whole interview. But he placed blame everywhere except for where it needs to be, which is within himself. He digressed, he stuttered and pussy popped. And there was even moments in the interview where he was trying to divert the attention. He was trying to do everything to divert the attention off of him. He brought Todd up and said, "Oh no, you think this is big, the news, have you heard the news?" And Tasha K is like, "No. Did you hear the news that hit the internet, today about Todd?" I don't even want to even justify with what he said that Todd was doing. I'm not even going to do that. But there's some salacious behavior that he accused Todd of and said that was out on the internet. He said that there were allegations of Tamika sending him nudes. And then I think he said something about Tiny. I didn't quite hear what he said. But it was like, Todd, that's not on the internet. You are bringing this up for us to take our eyes off of you and the fact of what you're doing, so that we'll start thinking, don't nobody believe that. I don't believe anything that you say, nothing. And he kept on telling Tasha throughout the duration of the interview, "Oh, you just wait. This it's a federal case going on." Boy, bye. Even if Unykue is a fraud, because he kept saying she's a fraud and her whole family, they're scammers. Let's say that's true. What does that have to do with all of the receipts that she has about her having a 5-year affair with you? That has nothing to do with it. Two things can be the same at one time. She could be a fraud, but you definitely was messing with her for 5 years. And then he tried to say, "Oh, the text messages aren't me," because, the young lady Unykue had 5 years worth of text messages between him sending her cash apps, D pics from him to her, pregnancy test pictures in there, pictures of flights and all kinds of stuff. And he's saying that that's not him. And I want to say, Rocky, you do know that, like, if there's some federal investigation that you speak of, you do know that they can trace all of that back to you the same way they can trace that $30,000 that you and Latasha allegedly, but probably stole from your sister. Like, you do know that, like, if your sister decides to press charges, which we've said this over and over, God, Tamika, please press charges. Because the mere fact of them continuing to talk, that would push me to do it. Because it's like, okay, you're not going to steal my money and you're going to keep doing interviews lying about it. Like, just take your win. She didn't press charges. Like, zip it. Like, why are y'all talking? It's like you're egging me on to press charges. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly come on here and just say, Tasha K, that was an excellent interview. And just to sum it up, that Rocky is dangerous. He is the root of all the problems. I don't know how anybody would allow, because he's saying that he was R. Kelly's, which I didn't know that. I didn't know the basis of him in his involvement with R. Kelly, but he said that he was a prior bodyguard, and then he started doing production. They had a record, the Rockland label, which I didn't know that, because you would hear R. Kelly, say Rockland in some of his songs, but I had no idea that was Rocky's label. And he brought up, I don't know if he said he discovered Britney Spears, but I think he did management with Trey Songz, Britney Spears. He said he did some things with Michael Jackson. All of that's great. In 2023, anybody who decides to do business with Rocky Bivens is crazy. I wouldn't let Rocky pave my driveway. Like, he couldn't do nothing for me, because it's just, you are unethical. And once you have unethical practices, and if you'll steal money from your sister-in-law, who knows what else he's done. So I pray people stay clear and steer clear of him. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because we're amidst this series where he is involved. And I just think it's sad, because I think that he is the issue with so many things that have happened with Escape. And I really feel like he has brainwashed Latasha, and I feel that if he were not in the picture, they wouldn't have the problems that they've had, and it's sad. And it's unfortunate, because she seems like she doesn't care what evidence she sees. This is what I'm gathering from her. She's not leading, which fine, that's fine. But you can't expect Latasha, just because you want to stay with him, you cannot expect people to want to deal with him. So you have to learn how to make that difference. You have to take him out of your business dealings, outside of your personal project you're doing. If you're doing anything with Escape, you cannot involve him, because nobody wants to fool with him. And that's why I think he needs to be quiet, because, again, I would not be in business in the music industry and see all of this going down and want to have anything to do with you. Lastly, let me just also say this. Latasha, it's unbelievable that you are doing promo for a gospel album and you are talking the way that you're talking in interviews. I don't know who y'all's publicist, but fire them, because you and your husband are doing a terrible job. All of this is terrible publicity for an up-and-coming gospel artist. Yes, we know you from Escape, but that whole gospel world is different, and this is not godly behavior. I would not support your project. So anyway, I just wanted to give you my 2 cents about all of that, and just encourage you guys to go and watch Tasha K's interview, because she did a great job. I loved her demeanor the whole time. She wasn't fazed by anything that he was saying. He was hitting her left and right with excuses, and she was just like, okay. And she kept bringing him right back. He kept trying to digress, and she kept bringing him right back to the matter at hand, which is, I have all of this evidence of all of this affairs with you and this woman, and it's not looking good for you. So again, I pray for Latasha that she has some type of breakthrough, and I hope that he can, leave Escape alone with their business, so that they can flourish and continue to do what they've been doing. So anyway, you guys enjoy your Saturday, and I will see you guys on Monday after my review of the 4th episode of SWV and Escape. Bye-bye.